Well, you might not realize and recognize that it's from this very same sin that you being destroyed. Or maybe that you lost your firstborn child. Or maybe that you lost your husband. Or maybe that you lost your brother. Right? Or maybe that there was death. But the Most High don't change. So to disobey was death. Give me verse 24.
24. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever.
For how long?
Forever.
So the Passover is something that we're supposed to be teaching our sons and our daughters even today. Give me 1 Corinthians 11 and 24.
First Corinthians 11:24.
Bring it out.
You got it?
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 11:24. And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, Take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you.
Mm-hmm.
This do in remembrance of me.
So why is Yahweh Shai keeping the Passover if we ain't supposed to keep the law? So Yahweh Shai kept it, Jesus kept it, we supposed to be keeping it. Read it. Read that again.
And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, Take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me.
Read.
After the same manner also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me.
Go back to, I passed over something.
Exodus.
Read 24. And Jasper, you give me 1 Corinthians 5 and 6.
24. And when he had given thanks, he
Now
brake
you give
it
me Matthew 16 and 6.
and said, Take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you.
This is my body. Right? This is the bread.
This do in remembrance of me.
Right. Read 26.
For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do shew the Lord's death till he come.
Now give me that, Jasper. 1 Corinthians 5 and 6.
1 Corinthians 5 and 6. Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump?
Right. So we ain't supposed to eat the bread. We ain't supposed to eat the bread of the wicked. You're supposed to eat the bread,
The righteous.
the righteous bread, the living bread, right? Yahweh Shai. Read that through 8.
Purge out therefore the old leaven.
Right, so you don't want to be, when you coming into these Passovers, you can't try to mix stuff. You can't try to mix your old ways with this. This is new. This is the living bread, right? You can't mix Christianity with this. You can't mix Islam. You can't mix anything that you once knew, right? Because a little leaven, you want to eat this holy bread. Read.
Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump,
A new lump.
as ye are unleavened. For even Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us.
Read verse 8.
Therefore let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
Right, with a pure heart. With a pure heart. That's what, when we keep this Passover, you want to have a pure heart. You want to make sure that you don't have no hate towards your brother, towards your sister. You want to make sure that you ain't been being disobedient. You want to make sure you don't have no secret sins. You know what I'm saying? You want to take this thing serious. This is between you and Yahweh. Between you and the Most High. So you want to give it for the Most High, confess your faults, ask the Most High to show you faults that you might not know that's there. You know what I'm saying? You just get completely honest, man. It's okay. It's good to start at a babe. It's good that y'all start now at a young age and just coming for the Most High and just ask him. Ask him for what you need. Lord, forgive me and help me and show me where I can do better. Show me where you displeased with me. show me the things that please you. Right? Because if you can find out the things that please the Most High, then you can do more of that and less, and you can offend less. You see what I'm saying? Give me where was we at? Matthew 6 and 16. Mm-hmm.
How was that 16 and 6? Okay. Matthew 6 and 16.
Bring it out.
Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites.
16 and 6, my bad.
That's where I was at.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry.
Okay. 16 and 6.
Read that.
Then Yahushua said unto them, take heed and be aware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
See that? So you can't mix Christianity with this. Now the Pharisees and Sadducees today, they're preaching you the white man's doctrine. You know? They're preaching you things that's going to destroy you. And I know for a lot of us, it's hard to let go of that. So we try to, you can see now how even in the Israelite community, they trying to mix things from the Christian church. Mm-hmm. With this, you can't bring no Edomites in this. Can't no Edomites come to the Passover. You can't marry an Edomite, man. You can't be talking about, you can't hate Esau and all, you know what I'm saying? You can't be trying to sneak our enemies in. You see what I'm saying? You can't mix that bread with this, man. And once you figured out the bread to eat, you got to get the wine right. Let's get let's go to Luke 5 and 37. Luke 5 and 37.
Luke
Let's
5
go there.
and 37.
Bring it out.
I got it. Luke 5, chapter 5, verse 37. And no man putteth new wine into old bottles.
Why?
Else the new wine will burst the bottles and be spilled, and the bottles shall perish.
You see that? So you can't mix this with the old wine, man. This is new wine. You can't. It's a big thing. You can't. No matter. We can't mix this with any other doctrine. Let this wine be pure, right? Because if you try to mix wines, you're going to destroy yourself. Because what you got right now is a new vessel. Read the next verse, Shanetta.
38. But new wine must be put into new bottles, and both are preserved.
Right. Give me Jeremiah 51 and 7.
Jeremiah.
And give me Isaiah 29, 9 and 10.
Jeremiah 50.
Jeremiah
and
51 and 7.
Oh.
Okay. Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken.
Right.
The nations have drunken of her wine.
So that's what this nation do. It drunk our parents, it drunken our pastors, it drunken our leaders with this defiled wine, with this impure wine. But the Most High want you to drink this wine, this living wine right here. You see what I'm saying? It's pure stuff. Give me Isaiah 29, 9. Trinity, you go back to 1 Corinthians 11 and 24. I know I'm rushing.
Isaiah 29 and 9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine.
You see that? So it's going to tell you what this wine is. Read.
They stagger, but not with strong drink.
Uh-huh.
For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep,
That's what it is. You're drunk with deep sleep. Read.
and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers hath he covered.
You see that? That's what he sealed. What you're drinking is stupor. A big cup of dummy. That's the wine that they gave our people to put us straight to sleep. Right? Now go back to 1 Corinthians 11:24. Let's discern the Lord's body.
1 Corinthians 11:24.
Bring it out.
And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, Take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me.
Read.
After the same manner, also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye, as oft as ye drink it, in remembrance of me. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do shew the Lord's death till he come.
You see that? He said, keep the Passover till Yahweh shall come back. Read.
Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord's unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord.
So if you take part in the Passover and you know you're not right, you're gonna be guilty. Right? So even if you eat the lamb, you keeping the Passover, but you just being sloppy as hell. You know what I'm saying? You not exempt. You defiling the lamb. You getting drunk off the wine. You see what I'm saying? That's not how you keep it. You got to keep it right. Read 27.
Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord.
Right, so you got to examine yourself. You can't have hatred in your heart towards your brother trying to keep the Passover. You can't be in all-out pure rebellion trying to drink of the Lord's cup, man. When you know you off. Read 28.
But let a man examine himself.
Examine yourself before you come to the table. Before you sup with the Most High. Because you're not eating, you're not drinking and eating with a simpleton. You're eating and drinking with a God. With the God of gods. So you gotta be aware of whose table you sitting at before you come to that table. Read.
And so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup.
Read 29.
For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body.
No, we still talking about the Passover. That's the crazy thing about it. We still talk. All this is linked to the death angel passing over. This is the part where the Christian church left out. Destruction is coming after this. Destruction is coming after this. They think, oh, we just gonna break the bread and drink. No, there is an angel of death coming after this. Read verse 29.
For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep.
I want to show you something. Because in the Christian church, what? We used to take the Passover, what?
Communion.
Communion.
They called it communion.
You see that?
The first Sunday.
The first Sunday, every single month. But guess what?
Wow.
The 400 years wasn't up yet.
Right.
So let's see what happens. And it came across my mind. Let me see if I can pull it up.
You made me mad when I just thought about that.
Watch this. Because you know the Passover was after the 400 years. Right? So they might say, well, nothing happened. Well, the 400 years wasn't over. It said, read that one more time. 29.
For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body.
Right, so let's see how many pastors died of COVID-19. Watch this. It's not the one. Let me see. Oh, this is it right here. Pastor, death from COVID-19. Megan pastor dies of COVID-19. Texas pastors dies. Hell, it says Urban Baxter. Oh,
He died?
oh, snaps. Urban Baxter died of COVID-19. Wow. You see that? Oh, snaps. Wow. And look. Urban Baxter was a false prophet.
Sure was.
He was a false prophet. He was, oh my God.
What he came on every day at 4
Politics
p.m.
and religion, man. Black clergy, put it back on there. Black clergy members in churches reeling from COVID-19. Pastor Bernard and Bishop, Church of God Christ Bishop pastor killed by COVID-19. Death of 2 beloved pastors from COVID-19. Latin American pastors kept ministry. More than 100 have died. Michigan pastor, we'll skip that. Brooklyn pastor died, COVID-19. McKinney pastor and comedian dies, COVID-19. Pro church ranch pastors dies to COVID-19. Alabama pastor dies of COVID-19 at 49. Now this is the third page. Montgomery pastor, wife, dies 2 weeks apart. Outbreak in main church. Pastor's wife dies, COVID-19. Jackson pastor dies, COVID-19. Batesville pastor dies, COVID-19. Wife of local pastor dies, COVID-19. Look, it's pages after the media not showing us this. This is the death angel, man. This is the death angel, and our people sleep. We think that this, it's just a fairy tale and butterflies. No, man, this death angel was going through the land and he's slaying. Man, he's taking these pastors, their wife, and their children. Why? Because they ate of this bread and they drunk of this cup unworthily, and they knew it. The only thing it wasn't time. The 400 years had to come. Right? The Exodus had to happen. That's where we at now. That's where we at now. But it's just, it's happening, not exactly how it happened in Egypt, but it's happening similar too. But we can't go to sleep, because you go to sleep, next thing you know it. See, it's not real until you on your deathbed. That's the thing about these plagues, right? Let me show you something else. Now I want y'all to see what these people say. Watch this. Watch what these people say.
33 people in Ohio are hospitalized because of the coronavirus, but that number could drop by 1.
A Trumbull County man says he's getting better, and he tells News 5's Amanda Van Allen he could be heading home soon.
When we first talked to Kevin Harris, he thought his life was over.
I was leaning over the side of the bed, throwing up, thinking, not lie, oh Jehovah God, please don't let me die like this.
You see that? It's not real until death is there. People don't think about these scriptures until they right there facing death. Then they want to, God, don't let me die. Watch this. I got another one. Watch this. Watch what this woman say when she thinks she's about to die.
I can't breathe, officer.
Well, some stunning and troubling video is emerging from Aurora police tonight. Aurora's chief.
Now, she has to have been wicked to end up in this situation. Well, I can't say that. Lord, forgive me for saying that. Man. But hold on, put it back on there. But I would assume that's what it was, because I just don't know, man. Hold on.
Says in her opinion, that video shows one of our officers torturing a prisoner. I'm Alan Janae.
And I'm Karen Lee. CBS 4 investigator Brian Moss obtained this video for us. So Brian, why are we seeing this video now? Well, it's just coming out now 7 months after the officer was fired because he's appealing that termination to the Civil Service Commission in Aurora, and that termination hearing, the appeals hearing, just started today. Aurora's chief did fire Officer Levi Huffine after she saw this video and a warning. These pictures and this sound might be bothersome to some viewers.
Watch what
I
she
can't
said.
breathe! I can't breathe, officer!
This is not how Aurora police are supposed to transport prisoners.
Listen
I'm about to
close.
break my neck, dude.
But this is how Shataya Kelly was transported in August of 2019 in the back seat of an Aurora.
Now I want y'all to listen real close to what she about to say when she thinks she finna die. This will let you know our people know that they wicked. They know what they supposed to be doing, but they want to try to wait to the last minute to try to get it right.
Patrol car.
I don't want to die like this, officer!
Officer Levi Huffine arrested the 28-year-old earlier for fighting and other minor charges.
You're going to be hobbled for trying to get out of my car.
He decided to hobble her, tying her handcuffed hands to her ankles when he said she had tried to
Why she want to be a woman trying to act like a man?
escape.
I can't breathe!
But on the way to jail, in the backseat of the patrol car, Kelly slips off the seat and becomes inverted.
Watch what she
Please,
say
can you lift me up, please, officer? Officer, please lift me up. Please, officer. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad.
And for 21 minutes, she rides like this,
now. Watch what she
upside
say.
down and begging for her life.
This is some slavery. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, God.
You see that? Now she's trying to repent. You see that? Stuff don't get real until you in a situation like this. But right now you have opportunity. You have chance. You have that space to get right with the Most High. But our people don't want to get right with the Most High until they in a situation like that. And what's he gonna do? He gonna laugh at your calamity. You had a precept, Shanetta?
Yeah.
Bring it out.
2nd Ezra 7 and 56. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death.
Great precept. Great precept. Now give me Exodus 12 and 29.
Exodus chapter
12 and 29.
12 and 29.
And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon.
Right. So watch this. A lot of our people not putting it together, man. They not putting the pieces together. They not putting the pieces together. They said 2019 marked 400 years. He said after the 400 years, hey, look, I'm going to punish those people who did this to you. In 2020 came COVID-19, right? You seen all those people that died. Our people they think it's just happenstance. And what's so crazy about it, here we are finna hit another Passover. What do you think the Most High has next? If this was his opening act, right? Let's just call it that. Now everybody knows the opening act is good, but it's not as good as the next act. And the acts just keep building up, right? What do you think the Most High has planned? Right? Give me read that again.
And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon.
Right, Shanetta, give me Wisdom of Solomon. You got Wisdom of Solomon, Jocelyn?
What chapter?
Wisdom of Solomon, I think it's verse 14.
14 and what?
No, it's 18. 18. Start at 10.
Okay. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 10. But on the other side, there sounded an ill according cry
You see that?
of the enemies.
These was the Egyptians. They was over there crying because all of the dead bodies. Read.
And a lamentable noise was carried abroad for children that were bewailed.
Right, so they was losing. Hey, they was losing kids y'all age. We gotta understand the Most High. Don't go to sleep on this, man. The Most High bringing these plagues back to this earth, and you don't want to be caught off guard. Read verse 11.
Verse 11. The master and the servant were punished after one manner,
Mm-hmm.
and like as the king, so suffered the common person.
Read 12.
So they all together had innumerable dead with one kind of death.
Right. Read.
Neither were the living sufficient to bury them, for in one moment the noblest offspring of them was
You
destroyed.
see that? So it was, I'm under the impression that it says that there was not a efficient people to bury the dead. So I'm on the thinking that there was more dead than alive. It was more dead than alive. Let's see what he did to him.
Go to 13.
Go back to. It's going to tell you what he did. He did something very horrible. Go back to 17
Then
and 3.
Oh, 17 to 3. Okay. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins,
See, they was hiding.
they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness,
They had 3 days of darkness, I believe, right?
being horribly astonished and troubled with strange,
With strange
what's that? Apparitions.
apparitions.
Yeah.
Apparitions. Hold on, Snutter. We're gonna look that up. I'm gonna have Jasper read it. What's that say? Y'all read it. There, go up there.
It says a ghost or ghost-like image of a person, the appearance of something remarkable or unexpected, typically an image of this type.
You see that? So they were seeing what we would call ghosts today. Kind of like paranormal activity. You gotta really think about that. All of a sudden, the lights go out. You start hearing beasts. You see what I'm saying? Like monstrous beasts outside your door. You trying to turn on a light. Next you see a damn demon in front of you. Right? And all you hearing is screams. And ain't no telling how big this damn, ain't no telling if he can touch you or whatever. But they died. They died when they seen these things. Right? Keep reading. These things are coming back to the earth, man. That's why this ain't nothing to play with. And one day, just like the thing about it, we watched those movies about these plagues for years. For years and years and years, we sat back. Oh, they got a new plague 2020 movie coming out. Let's get some popcorn, and we watched it. Man, that's crazy. But in 2021, we started living that movie. Right? How many times have you watched movies that said, this is not a test? This is not a test. How long do you think that that's going to be the real thing? We're going to be sitting in here just on a regular day, and then the damn TV say, this is not a test. This is not a test. EMP. Take shelter. All the lights going out. When the lights go out, the Most High going to do the same thing. Here come these spirits. That's why he said close the windows and close the doors. He said don't go. He told them. Then he tell them what?
Not to go out.
Don't go outside. And it tells you that the children of Israel, they heard it, but they didn't see it. If you saw it, you was going to die. These things were so scary that you seen them and you die. We've never seen nothing like that. And you want to pray, you never see nothing like that. We don't want to see that, man. I don't want to see everybody. I want to see an angel, Lord. No, you don't. No, you don't, man. You don't really wanna. You don't want to see an angel in this physical form. Maybe you want to see an angel in the form of a man, but you don't want to see an angel in this physical form. They tell you what they look like in Ezekiel 1 and 4. They terrible, terrible creatures. They got animals' legs. They got 4 faces. 4 faces, tall, hooves, and they sparkle. And they drift, right? So that's just a little sneak peek. So when we this is what you need to get your mind right about this Passover. Get your mind right, because that's what it literally means. The death angel passing over. It's not about eating. It's about that, but it's about the death angel passing over, and that thing is going to happen. Give me I think we're just gonna end it there. I think we're gonna pick back up tomorrow. We'll just end it there. Matter of fact, did I tell you? Okay, hold on. Let me play one more video. So it said that the bodies. Read that again. Read that 12.
Got it.
Read that, Shanetta. I want Shanetta to read it.
What book?
Wisdom of Solomon.
Oh, okay.
17 and 12.
So they all together had innumerable dead with one kind of death. Neither were the living sufficient to bury them.
See, they don't understand the plagues. Look.
That's bodies. There's a truck that we're gonna put fucking bodies in. Look at this shit, man.
We're watching this all over again.
This is full up with bodies. It's like a load.
Now, they ran out of space in the morgue to keep the bodies. They start having to bring in trailers to fill up. That's how many bodies it was. I'm gonna put it back on there.
They're crazy. I'll show y'all this motherfucker. Shit crazy. Bodies up there, no falling off.
So when we keep this Passover, man, we want to keep it right, man. You want to get the saying out. We want to love one another, man. We want to acknowledge what Yahweh Shai did for us, man. We want to keep it with sincerity. You see what I'm saying? We want to keep it like a man keep it, and how women keep it. You know what I'm saying? The truth and sincerity. But my thing is that the Most High said we're not going to keep His commandments until we learn to fear Him. So the best thing that you can teach is the fear of the Lord. Right? When we read these accounts, you can begin. When I read them, I was starting to get scared. Because when you really think about it, if the Lord dealing with you and He show you these things, they should make you afraid. And when they make you afraid, you fear the Most High. And that's right where you need to be. If you read these things and it don't affect you, you mark for death. You're going to be destroyed. You're going to be one of the ones at your last end, and you're going to be, sorry, God. Sorry. No, it ain't going to be no sorry, God. You finna go through that. You finna go through all that. You don't think they was crying out to God when them damn spirits was chasing them? God, please no, please no. The Lord didn't hear them. You don't want to know, son.
I got a precept.
Me too.
You don't want to know, son. You don't want to know. But what you want to know is to fear the Most High. That's what you want to know. Right? Okay. You got a precept, bring it up.
Ecclesiastes, Sirach 19 and 24. He that hath small understanding and feareth God is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresses the law of the Most High.
See that? That's a beautiful precept. Can you run that back? Can you run that back, please?
Sirach 19 and 24. He that hath small understanding and fear of God.
Right. You might not have all the breakdowns. You might not have all the knowledge. You might not be able to articulate like some of these men and women, but you fear the Lord, and that's all you really need. Read.
Is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresses the law of the Most High.
That's right. Y'all had a precept?
Yeah.
Bring it out.
Proverbs 15:29.
Bring it out.
The Lord is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous.
That's a great precept, and I wanted to touch on that because it says that he that turns his ear away from the law, even his prayer is an abomination. Bring me that.
I think that's some.
No, you want me to about something. I'm about to bring on my precept because I had it first.
No. I think it's Proverbs 3:1. I read that before. Now you have a precept.
Bring it up.
Ecclesiastes 7:8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in the spirit is better than the proud in the spirit.
That's awesome. What you got, Judah?
I have a precept.
Y'all over here swiping precepts.
Savage.
Proverbs 28:9.
Bring it out, David. I need a precept.
Is that it?
Revelation 1:14 and 15.
Okay, bring it out. Bring it out.
And his head and his ears were like oil, and like as snow.
That's right.
And his eyes were a flame of fire, and his feet were unto fire glass, as a burning furnace, and his voice was sound of many waters.
Bring it out, Catherine.
Proverbs 28:9.
Here's the point, because the Most High is giving us time right now to keep these commandments. Now, when these plagues come upon this earth, come upon America, a lot of people are going to try to cry out. But right now, the Most High is talking to you. He's asking you to do something. So do not do what the Most High asks you to do and think he's going to do what you asked him to do. It's not going to happen like that. Read that.
Okay. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
Right, because he's giving us instruction right now. Keep my Passover. Keep my laws, my statutes, and my Sabbaths. Right, read.
Even his prayer shall be abomination.
Right, so when you pray, when you end up in the back seat, when you end up in the FEMA camp, when you end up out in darkness, right? Because look, man, it's gonna be people caught out there when this thing happens. It's gonna be people that don't even realize that the Most High is finna come. When the call go out that the Most High is finna come through, is we're gonna have darkness, right? Because the Most High warned his people. He told them ahead of time. They did it in secret. Go back to Wisdom and Solomon. Wisdom and Solomon 18.
But I got that. This is in Psalm 18.
18 and 9.
Oh, I had that.
Wisdom of Solomon 18:9.
I have
Read
that.
that, Shanetta. Hold on. I want y'all to.
You said 18 and 9?
Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 9.
8 and 9 or 18?
18 and 9.
Okay. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 9.
Read that.
The number of a man's days.
18 and 9. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 9.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Oh no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm in Ecclesiastes.
You got it, Shanetta? Jasmine?
I got it.
Bring it out, Gracie.
Wisdom of Solomon 18:9.
Pay attention.
For the righteous children of good men did sacrifice secretly.
Y'all see that? So this thing was done in secret. Everybody didn't know about it. So it's going to be literally people out there that didn't know that they were supposed to be in the house with the damn blinds up, everything, and you know what I'm saying? They're going to be out. Hey, man, keep reading.
And with one consent made a holy law,
That what?
that the saints should be alike partakers of the same good and evil.
Right. So we made a consent that look, but we know all Israel is in Israel. So hey, look, it's gonna be people doing their thing. You got a precept?
I got one more
Bring it
precept.
out.
Revelations chapter 3, verse 10 and 11.
Bring it out.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience,
Great precept.
I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwelleth upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Yeah, that's right. What you got? What you got, Jasmine?
Sirach 1 and 13.
Bring it out.
Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death.